The worst part about family dinners isn't the food. It's pretending to smile while your sister parades around her boyfriend. Your ex-boyfriend. The one who, 6 months ago, was still telling you he loved you. I'm Reese, and this is how I finally stopped being the family disappointment. Darling, you could at least wear something appropriate for New Year's Eve. My mother's voice cuts through the kitchen as I help arrange the appetizers. She gestures at my black turtleneck and jeans like they're offensive weapons. It's designer, Mom. Thrifted designer isn't designer, Brooke chimes in, floating past in her red cocktail dress. She's carrying 2 glasses of champagne, one for herself, one for Xavier. My stomach turns. The shrimp needs more garnish, Mum says, already moving on. And please, try not to mention your painting thing tonight. The Andersons are coming, and I'd rather not explain why my youngest daughter still hasn't found a real career. I arrange parsley with mechanical precision, counting backward from 10. The doorbell rings, and Dad's booming voice fills the foyer. There's my girl, New York's newest legal star. Brooke's heels click-clack across marble as she rushes to embrace him. I peek around the corner to see Xavier standing there too, his arm sliding around my sister's waist like it belongs there, like it hadn't been around mine at last year's party. Reese, Dad spots me. Come say hello to your sister's wonderful news. I step into the foyer, clutching a dish towel. What news? Show her, sweetheart. Dad beams at Brooke. My sister extends her perfectly manicured hand, revealing a business card. Junior partner at Goldstein & Mark's New York office. Starting March. Wow, I manage. That's congratulations. And, Mum adds, practically glowing, she just won that massive case. What was it, dear? The Robertson trial. Got him acquitted, Brooke says modestly. It was nothing, really. Xavier kisses her temple. It was everything. You're everything. I retreat to the bathroom, pressing my forehead against cool tile. My phone buzzes. It's Ingrid. Survive count, -7, I text. Hang in there. Remember what we talked about. Channel it. The party flows like expensive poison. The Andersons arrive, then the Bishops, then Dad's golf buddies. Everyone wants to hear about Brooke's case, Brooke's promotion, Brooke's perfect life. And what about you, Reese? Mrs. Anderson asks during dinner. Still doing that art thing? Before I can answer, Mum jumps in. She's taking time to find herself. We're patient. Very patient, Dad adds, not looking up from his plate. I focus on cutting my steak into precise squares. Actually, Oh, Brooke interrupts, grabbing Xavier's hand. We have one more announcement. My knife slips. Xavier and I are officially together. I know it's a bit awkward, but sometimes love just happens. Champagne glasses clink. Congratulations flutter around the table like expensive confetti. I excuse myself to get dessert, but end up in the kitchen, gripping the counter until my knuckles turn white. Need help? Xavier appears behind me, and I hate how his cologne still smells familiar. I've got it. Reese, I never meant... Don't. I turn, meeting his eyes. Just don't. The rest of the night blurs. At midnight, everyone kisses and hugs. I dodge Xavier, endure Mum's air kiss, and escape into my Uber before anyone notices. Back home, my real home, a small apartment I share with Ingrid. I kick off my shoes and head straight to my studio space. The canvas I've been working on for months sits there, waiting. Next to it, my laptop displays the application page for the International Contemporary Art Foundation Prize. You're really doing it. Ingrid appears in the doorway, wearing her paint-splattered pajamas. I check the time. 12:47 a.m. They said midnight Paris time. I have 13 minutes. Good. She squeezes my shoulder. Make them regret every single dinner. I upload images of my work. A series exploring family facades, power dynamics, and silent violence. My artist statement practically writes itself after tonight. My finger hovers over the submit button as the clock ticks toward deadline. 12:59. To new beginnings. Ingrid raises her coffee mug. 1. I click submit. The confirmation email arrives instantly. Thank you for your submission to the 47th International Contemporary Art Foundation Prize. Winners will be notified within 3 months. I close my laptop and look at my latest piece. Still wet, still raw, still screaming everything I couldn't say at dinner. It's the best work I've ever done, and they'll never see it coming. Miss Reese, Tommy ate the blue paint again. I look up from my phone, another rejection letter from a gallery, to find Tommy, age 6, grinning at me with cerulean teeth. Just another Tuesday at the community centre's art programme. Tommy, we talked about this, I sigh, grabbing paper towels. Paint goes on paper, not in mouths. But it smells like blueberries. That's because you ate the blueberry-scented marker last week. I wipe his face as his classmates giggle. Remember how that turned out? The door creaks open and Ingrid pokes her head in. Hey, art goddess, ready for lunch? Just let me clean up the paint, terrorist, first. 20 minutes later, we're at our usual cafe corner. Ingrid scrolls through my phone, reading the rejection emails I can't bear to look at anymore. These people wouldn't know good art if it painted their faces blue, she declares, stealing one of my fries. Like Tommy. Maybe Mum's right. Maybe I should. Don't you dare finish that sentence. Ingrid throws a fry at me. The foundation hasn't responded yet. My phone rings, speaking of hell. Hi, Mum. Finally, I've called 3 times. You're coming to Brooke's ceremony tonight, yes? The firm is giving her an achievement award. I close my eyes. I have classes. Cancel them. This is important. Wear the navy dress I bought you for Christmas. The one that hides your artist arms. The line goes dead before I can respond. Ingrid raises an eyebrow. My artist arms need hiding, apparently. Your artist arms need to throw hands, she mutters. The ceremony is exactly as pretentious as expected. The ballroom of the Metropolitan Club drips with old money and older egos. I'm stationed near the appetizer table, exactly where Mum wanted me. Darling, the salmon rolls need refreshing, she whispers as she glides past in designer silk. I'm arranging stupid fish on stupid crackers when Brooke takes the stage. She's radiant in white, Xavier beaming from the front row. I'd like to thank the partners for this opportunity, she begins, especially for recognizing my work on the Robertson case. Moving to New York is a dream come true. Dad wipes away tears. Mum clutches her pearls. I stuff a salmon roll in my mouth to keep from screaming. And of course, thanks to my amazing family, Mom, Dad, you've always pushed me to excel, to be perfect. The crowd applauds. Someone touches my elbow. It's Xavier. Hey, he says softly. Got a minute? I'm busy with the salmon. Reese, come on. We should clear the air before Brooke and I move to New York. I turn to face him. Clear what air? The air where you dated me for 2 years, then suddenly started showing up at my sister's office for legal advice. That air? He has the decency to look uncomfortable. It wasn't planned, it just happened, right, like the Robertson case just happened. The guy was guilty, Xavier, everyone knows it. You don't understand law. No, but I understand truth. Excuse me, the salmon needs me. I escape to the bathroom, gripping the marble sink. My phone chimes, probably Mum demanding more appetizer arrangements. But it's not Mum. It's an email. From the International Contemporary Art Foundation. Subject, application status. Update. My hands shake as I open it. Dear Miss Emma Stewart, we are pleased to inform you that your work has been shortlisted for the 47th International Contemporary Art Foundation Prize. You are one of 20 artists selected from over 4,000 submissions. I slide down the bathroom wall, reading the email 3 times. Through the door, I hear applause. Probably Brooke accepting another award. The email continues. The next round requires a new piece exploring themes of personal truth. Deadline, 2 weeks. Ingrid answers on the first ring. How's salmon duty? I made the shortlist. Silence. Then screaming. Holy shit! Shh. Nobody knows I applied. Nobody can know. But no, not until I'm ready. Not until it's perfect. The bathroom door opens. Brooke enters, still glowing from her speech. There you are, she says, touching up her lipstick. Mum's looking for you. The dessert table needs arranging. I stand up, smoothing my navy dress. Can't keep the desserts waiting? Oh, and I've been meaning to ask, would you paint something for our engagement party invitations? Something cute? Xavier suggested butterflies. I think of my shortlisted work, raw, dark, honest, and almost laugh. Sure, Brooke. Butterflies sound perfect. She leaves, and I look at my reflection. The navy dress does hide my artist arms, but it can't hide what's coming. I text Ingrid, time to start painting. Her response is immediate. Make it hurt. To the happy couple. Mum raises her mimosa, and the brunch table echoes her toast. I grip my glass so hard I'm surprised it doesn't shatter. The engagement party will be at the plaza, Brooke announces. Black tie, of course. How's that invitation artwork coming, Reese? I push eggs around my plate. Almost done. She's been locked in her studio all week, Ingrid offers. Mom had surprisingly allowed my roommate to join this intimate family brunch, probably because she'd run out of excuses not to. Speaking of art, Dad interjects, did you see the piece about struggling millennials in creative fields? Fascinating statistics about failure rates. Harrison, Mum warns, but the damage is done. My phone buzzes. Another foundation email. I've advanced again. 10 artists left. My new piece needs to be submitted in person. In Paris. Actually, I say, standing up, I have to go. Student emergency at the centre. On Sunday, Brooke frowns. Art emergencies don't check calendars. I'm halfway to the door when Xavier catches up. Wait, can we talk? About what? The butterflies you want me to paint while you marry my sister. He grabs my arm. I miss you. I yank away. Go back to your fiancé. The subway ride home is a blur. In my studio, I stare at my competition piece. A massive mixed media installation I've titled Shell. It's almost finished, but something's missing. My phone keeps lighting up with family messages. Mum. That exit was extremely rude. Brooke. The invitations need to go out next week. Dad. Found another article about art career alternatives. I open a bottle of wine. Then another. You're drinking alone in the dark, Ingrid says from the doorway. That's never good. Did you know, I slur slightly, that Xavier used to say my art would change the world, right before he changed his mind about me? Reese, maybe they're right. Maybe I'm just... I reach for my laptop, opening the foundation portal. Maybe I should withdraw. Ingrid lunges forward, slamming the laptop shut. Don't you dare! Why not? Look at me. I'm pathetic. Painting my feelings while Brooke changes the world with her cases and her perfect life and her stolen boyfriend. Stop. Ingrid grabs my shoulders. Your work is brilliant. It's honest. It's everything they're afraid of being. It's not enough. Show me. I pull up images of Shell on my phone. A towering structure of broken mirrors, family photos, and shattered glass, all arranged to create the illusion of a perfect family portrait when viewed from afar. Step closer, and the cracks become visible. The hidden messages. The pain. This is what's going to Paris, I whisper. Ingrid's eyes widen. Paris? If I make the final 3. But I can't. How would I even. I have airline miles, she says immediately. Lots of them, emergency fund miles. I can't ask you to. You're not asking, I'm telling. She takes my phone, navigating to a booking site. When do you need to be there? Next Thursday, but my classes? I'll cover them. Those kids love me more anyway. Mum will flip if I disappear. Good. Ingrid hits confirm on the flight. Let her flip. Let them all flip. My phone buzzes again. Brooke sending engagement photo ideas. Happy couples in golden light. Butterflies everywhere. I need to finish the piece, I say, standing up straighter. The real piece. That's my girl. Ingrid hugs me. Want help packing? Not yet. First, I need to send my sister some butterfly sketches. The most generic, basic butterflies ever created. Evil. I love it. I work through the night, adding final touches to shell, while occasionally sending Brooke clips of pastel butterflies I found on Pinterest. Around 3 a.m, my phone rings. Xavier. I know you're awake, he says. Your Instagram showed active 5 minutes ago. Stalking me? I need you to know something about Brooke and me. Save it for your vows. Please, Reese. What we had was... I hang up, turning back to my work. In the centre of shell, I add one final detail. A tiny butterfly, crushed and beautiful, trapped between shards of mirror. My phone lights up one last time. The foundation. Congratulations. You have been selected as one of 3 finalists. Your piece will be revealed live during the prize gala in Paris. Confidentiality is required until the official announcement. I forward my flight details to Ingrid with a single message. Time to disappear. Her response comes instantly. Give them hell. I look at my creation, at the broken pieces forming a perfect lie, and smile. 2 weeks until the gala. 2 weeks until they all see exactly what they've created. The butterfly in the centre catches the light, its broken wings throwing shadows like warnings. Paris in spring smells like possibility and fresh pain au chocolat. I'm standing in the Foundation's private gallery, watching as they install shell under the careful supervision of Audrey Holland, the competition's head judge. The lighting needs to be precisely at 45 degrees, Audrey instructs. The refraction is crucial to the piece's impact. My phone buzzes for the 100th time. Mum again. Your behaviour is completely unacceptable. 2 weeks without contact? The engagement party is in 3 days. I switch it to airplane mode and turn to Audrey. Is the positioning right? She steps back, tilting her head. Tell me again what inspired this. Family photos, I say. The way we pose, pretend, create these perfect moments that hide all the cracks underneath. And the butterfly? I swallow hard. Sometimes beautiful things get crushed between expectations and reality. Audrey's eyes soften. Your family doesn't know you're here, do they? They think I'm probably in Berlin with hippies, Mum's exact words in her last voicemail. Come, she says suddenly, let's get coffee. The cafe across from the Foundation becomes our daily meeting spot. Audrey reviews my portfolio, asks about my techniques, shares stories from her own battles in the art world. She never once mentions law school or real jobs or settling down. Your work reminds me of myself at your age, she says one morning. All that rage turned into beauty. Is it too angry? Darling, anger isn't the problem. It's what you do with it. She stirs her espresso. And you've done something extraordinary. Back in my temporary studio, I FaceTime with Ingrid. Your mum called the community centre, she reports. I told her you had mono. Subtle. Hey, it worked. Though Brooke's been sniffing around too. She came by the apartment. What did she want? To know if you'd finished the butterflies? Also, Xavier was with her. He looked weird. I focus on touching up a corner of shell where the light hits wrong. Weird how? Like he wanted to ask about you but couldn't. Oh, and get this. Your mum's telling people you're in Berlin doing experimental art therapy because you're troubled about the engagement. I almost laugh. If they only knew. When are you going to tell them? At the perfect moment. The days blur together. I work with the installation team, adjust lighting, perfect angles. Every mirror fragment has to catch the light just right to create the illusion. From 20 feet back, it looks like a typical family portrait. Step closer and everything splinters. It's ready, Audrey announces one evening. Want to see it with the final lighting? We stand in the darkened gallery as they power up the specialized LED system. The piece comes alive, throwing fractured light across the walls. In the center, the crushed butterfly seems to flutter. Reese, Audrey says quietly, I'm not supposed to say this yet, but you've won. The world stops. The other judges agreed unanimously. We've never seen anything like this. But you can't tell anyone until the live announcement at the gala. My phone chooses that moment to buzz out of airplane mode. Messages flood in. Mum, the engagement party is tomorrow, and you're making a mockery of this family. Dad, your sister is devastated by your absence. Brooke, I guess art really does come before family for you. Xavier, please come home. We need to talk. Your family? Audrey asks gently. They're having a party tomorrow to celebrate my sister's engagement to my ex. Ah, she studies the piece. Now I understand the butterfly. I should feel guilty about missing it. But you don't. No. I look at my creation, at all the broken pieces forming something honest and brutal and beautiful. I really don't. Audrey squeezes my shoulder. The gala's in 2 days. The whole art world will be watching. Are you ready? I think about Mum's disapproval, Dad's dismissal, Brooke's smugness, Xavier's betrayal, about all the dinners and parties and comments that made me feel small. Actually, I say, I have an idea. Can we broadcast the announcement somewhere specific? Like, stream it to a private venue? Audrey raises an eyebrow. I suppose that could be arranged. What did you have in mind? I pull up a rental listing on my phone. A sleek gallery space back home with perfect lighting and a massive projection wall. I want them to see it in person, all of them together. Now that, Audrey smiles, sounds like art. I send one text to Ingrid. Book the space. It's time. Her response is immediate. Already done. Should I send the invitations? I look at my piece one last time, at all the perfect lies breaking apart in the light. Make them pretty, I reply. Maybe add some butterflies? You missed my engagement party to set up an art show? Brooke's voice drips with disdain through the phone. Really, Reese? It's an exclusive streaming event, I say, pacing my hotel room in Paris. Very prestigious. I thought the family would want to support my career. For once. By missing the biggest moment of my life? I sent butterflies. Pinterest butterflies? Mum cried, you know. And Xavier. Don't. I grip the phone tighter. Just, will you come or not? A pause. Fine. But only because Dad thinks we should show family unity or whatever. The next call is harder. Mum picks up on the first ring. So you're alive. How generous of you to confirm. Mum, I'm inviting you to something important. More important than your sister's engagement party? Than family? I look out my Paris window at the foundation building where Shell waits. Yes, actually, it is. The dress code better not be artistic. Wear whatever makes you feel perfect, Mum. Back home, Ingrid handles the venue setup. She sends photos, sleek, white walls, professional lighting, champagne ready to pour. The projection screen takes up an entire wall. Your mum called again, Ingrid texts. She wants to know if there will be proper seating or if everyone has to sit on the floor like bohemians. Tell her we'll have throne-worthy chairs. Also, Xavier keeps driving by the gallery. Creepy much? I ignore that part. How's the guest list? Your family, obviously. Some teachers from the community centre, a few local artists. Small, but strategic. Perfect. The night before I fly home, Audrey visits my hotel room. Everything's set for the broadcast. Are you sure about this? I show her the latest text from Dad. This better not be another disappointment, Reese. I'm sure. She hands me an envelope. Then you might want this early. Non-disclosure applies until the announcement, but congratulations, officially. Inside is a check that makes me dizzy and a contract for a year-long residency in Portugal. Thank you, I whisper. Don't thank me. You earned this. Now go show them why. The flight home feels like forever. Ingrid picks me up at the airport, squealing and hugging me. They have no idea, she grins. Your mom called the venue 3 times about the chairs. Brooke's wearing some designer suit that probably costs more than my car. Xavier asked if you were bringing a date. Let them fuss. I check my phone. 2 hours until showtime. The gallery looks perfect when we arrive. White roses everywhere, champagne chilling, chairs that would satisfy a queen. Through the window, I watch my family pull up in Dad's Mercedes. Ready? Ingrid squeezes my hand. I smooth my dress. Not navy, not hiding anything. Ready? Mum enters first, scanning for flaws. Well, at least it looks professional. Darling, Dad kisses my cheek. Finally, decided to do something proper? Brooke and Xavier arrive together, her in a white power suit, him looking uncomfortable. Nice space, Brooke says, but her eyes say, not as nice as my engagement party. More guests arrive. My art kids from the centre, their parents, local gallery owners Ingrid invited. Everyone mingles, drinks champagne, waits for whatever they think is coming. 5 minutes, Ingrid announces. Xavier approaches as people take their seats. Can we talk? After? Nothing left to say. Reese, please. Places. Everyone. Ingrid saves me, directing people to their seats. My family takes the front row, of course. Perfect view. The lights dim. The projection screen illuminates. What exactly are we watching? Mom whispers loudly. I stand at the podium, heart pounding. Thank you all for coming. Tonight, we're streaming the 47th International Contemporary Art Foundation Prize announcement, live from Paris. The what? Brooke sits straighter. Just watch, I say, nodding to Ingrid. The screen flickers to life. Audrey appears, elegant in black, standing in the Foundation's grand hall. Good evening, art lovers worldwide. Tonight, we announce the winner of this year's most prestigious contemporary art prize. Mum shifts in her throne-worthy chair. Dad checks his watch. The Foundation is proud to present this year's winning piece, Audrey continues. A stunning exploration of family dynamics, personal truth, and the facades we create. The camera pans. Shell appears, glowing under perfect light. By artist Reese Stewart. Champagne glasses freeze halfway to lips. Mum's perfect posture cracks. Brooke's designer suit suddenly looks tight. Xavier goes pale. And me? I just smile and wait for the real show to begin. The silence lasts exactly 3 seconds before Mum's champagne glass shatters on the floor. On screen, Audrey continues. Mr. Stewart's piece, Shell, represents a breakthrough in contemporary mixed media installation. The jury's decision was unanimous. The camera pans across my work, showing every brutal detail. Every family photo twisted in broken mirror, every perfect smile fractured into truth. Is that us? Brooke whispers, leaning forward. Those are our Christmas photos. The artist will receive a grant of $250,000 and a 1-year residency at our Portugal location, Audrey announces. Dad's face turns an interesting shade of purple. Portugal? The foundation celebrates Mr. Stewart's fearless exploration of family dynamics, power, structures, and the violence of expectations. The camera zooms in on the crushed butterfly. Xavier makes a choking sound. This is ridiculous. Mum stands up, wobbling slightly. Reese, turn this off immediately. Sit down, Mum. We're only halfway through. I will not be publicly humiliated by what? I step closer. By your daughter winning the biggest art prize in Europe? By proving you wrong? Please, tell everyone here exactly what's humiliating you. From the back, I hear one of my art students whisper, Miss Reese is a superhero. The projection shows close-ups of the installation. Each fragment reveals another memory. Dad comparing my report cards to Brooke's. Mum accidentally excluding my art school acceptance from the family newsletter. Brooke and Xavier at that New Year's party. Turn it off, Mum demands again. No. Brooke stands now too, her perfect suit creasing. You're just doing this to ruin my engagement. Trust me, sis, you didn't need my help with that. Xavier won't meet anyone's eyes. The butterfly fragment fills the screen behind him. And now, Audrey says, we invite you to take a closer look at the technical mastery. Dad finally finds his voice. How dare you air our private family matters? Private? I laugh. Like how you privately told every country club member I was a disappointment? How Mum privately suggested I needed therapy for choosing art school? How Brooke privately started dating my boyfriend? It wasn't like that, Xavier interrupts. Really? Tell me, what was it like? He stays silent. On screen, shell rotates, revealing new angles, new wounds, new truths. The foundation, Audrey continues, recognizes not just technical skill, but the courage to speak truth through art. Mum grabs her purse. We're leaving. This is absurd. Leave then, I say quietly. It's what you do best when faced with reality. She freezes. The grant and residency, Audrey announces, will begin next month in Lisbon. Next month? Brooke's voice cracks. You're actually leaving? What? Like you're leaving for New York? Funny how that's ambitious, but my career is a disappointment. The projection shows the final shot, the complete installation, beautiful and terrible and honest. In the gallery's perfect lighting, it throws fractured reflections across everyone's faces. This piece, Audrey concludes, marks the emergence of a significant new voice in contemporary art. Congratulations, Reese Stewart. Applause erupts from my students, their parents, the local artists. Ingrid wipes away tears while filming everything on her phone. Mum takes one step toward me. Reese, darling, perhaps we can discuss this privately. No more private discussions. No more family secrets. No more pretending. But we're your family, Dad protests. No, I look at my work glowing behind them, at all the broken pieces finally telling the truth. You're my subject matter. Brooke grabs Xavier's arm. Let's go. She clearly needs attention. Actually, Xavier pulls away. I need to say something. Don't, Brooke hisses. The butterfly, he points at the screen. That was the necklace I gave you for our anniversary, wasn't it? The one that disappeared. I touch my neck where it used to rest. Art requires sacrifice. He nods slowly. I deserved that. You all did. Mom makes one last attempt. When you're done with this rebellion, you'll regret burning bridges. No, Mom, I'll regret all the years I let you make me feel small. They leave in waves. First Mom and Dad, then Brooke dragging Xavier, then their friends whispering amongst themselves. The art kids run up for hugs. Local gallery owners press cards into my hands. When the room clears, Ingrid hands me a fresh glass of champagne. That, she says, was better than therapy. My phone starts buzzing. Missed calls, text messages, social media notifications. Xavier's name appears, then Brooke's, then Mum's. I switch it to airplane mode and look up at my work, at all the broken pieces catching light. To Portugal? Ingrid raises her glass. To truth, I reply. Behind us, the butterfly fragment throws one last shadow across the wall. Broken, but beautiful. Finally free. Fame feels like whiplash. One day, you're teaching kids not to eat paint. The next, you're fielding calls from galleries worldwide. My inbox overflows with interview requests, exhibition offers, and desperate messages from my family. The New York Times wants to feature Shell, Ingrid announces, managing my schedule like a seasoned pro. And 3 museums are fighting over who gets to display it first. Any word from the family? She scrolls through her phone. Your mum's planning a reconciliation dinner. Brooks postponed the wedding. Xavier's sent approximately 8,000 texts. Delete, delete, delete. But there's one last thing I need to do before Portugal. One final visit home. Mum opens the door before I can knock. Darling, we've been so worried. I'm here for my sketchbooks, the ones in the attic. Her face falls. Can't we talk about... No. I step past her, heading straight upstairs. The house smells the same. Expensive perfume and repression. Your father's very hurt, she calls after me. We all are. The attic door creaks open. Boxes of childhood memories gather dust, carefully labelled in Mum's perfect handwriting. Brooke, awards. Brooke, press clippings. Reese, to sort. I find my sketchbooks buried behind Christmas decorations. 15 years of art hidden away like evidence. Those old things? Mum appears in the doorway. Darling, now that you've gotten this attention, perhaps we could discuss more practical... Stop, I clutch the sketchbooks. Just stop. The foundation prize is impressive, of course, but stability? I'm leaving for Portugal in 3 days, she blinks, but Brooke's wedding has nothing to do with me. We're your family. No, I stand up. You're the people who made me think I wasn't enough. There's a difference. Footsteps on the stairs. Brooke appears, looking less polished than usual. So, you're really going? She asks. Really, really? What about my wedding? The butterflies? I pull a folded paper from my pocket. A Pinterest butterfly, perfectly generic. Here's your art, simple enough to trace. That's not what She stops. Xavier called off the engagement. Not my problem. He said the art show made him realise things about us, about you. Still, not my problem. Mum steps between us. Girls, please. We can fix this. The country club is hosting a charity gala next month. Reese, you could display something appropriate. Show everyone we're still a family. I laugh. Actually, laugh. You still don't get it. Get what? I don't need your approval anymore. I don't need your galas or your connections or your definition of success. But we could help your career now that you've gotten some recognition. That's exactly why I'm here. I hoist the box of sketchbooks to collect the last pieces of me you tried to hide away. Brooke reaches for my arm. Reese, wait. I know I mean, with Xavier. Save it. You can have him. You can have all of it. The perfect daughter crown, the family legacy, the country club membership. I'm done. You're being dramatic, Mum says. No, I'm being honest. Finally. I head for the stairs. Don't worry, I'll send postcards from Portugal. At least give us your new address, Brooke calls after me. Why? So you can send wedding invitations? Outside, Ingrid waits in her car. She helps me load the sketchbooks. How'd it go? They still think this is a phase, something they can fix with a charity gala. Classic. She starts the engine. Oh, heads up, Xavier's been parked around the corner for an hour. Right on cue, he approaches the car. Reese, please. I roll down the window. What? I ended things with Brooke. I realised, seeing your art, what we had was real. Had being the operative word. We could try again. I could visit you in Portugal. No. I look at him. Really look at him. You're just another butterfly in the installation. Beautiful, broken, and behind glass where you belong. Reese. Goodbye, Xavier. Ingrid drives away as my phone lights up with messages. I delete them all except one, from Audrey. Lisbon, studio is ready when you are. At home, I pack my life into 2 suitcases. My carry-on holds the most precious cargo, those dusty sketchbooks full of the artist I was always meant to be. Last chance to back out, Ingrid says, helping me pack. I pick up my one-way ticket to Portugal. No chances needed. Your mum will probably tell everyone you're having a breakdown in Europe. Let her. I'm done living in their frame. My phone buzzes one last time. A family group text from Mum. Please reconsider this rash decision. We love you. I type back 4 words. Love shouldn't hurt. Goodbye. Then I switch to airplane mode, permanently this time. The Lisbon sun hits different. Golden, honest, like it doesn't know how to lie. I'm sketching at my favourite cafe when Audrey's email arrives. Ready to judge next year's foundation prize? We need your perspective on the panel. My coffee goes cold as I stare at the invitation. Below it, a forwarded message from Mum. Dear Ms. Holland, I hope this reaches you. Reese isn't responding to our attempts to contact her. As her mother, I'm concerned about her isolation. Perhaps you could encourage her to reconnect with family. Her sister's wedding has been rescheduled. I close the email and call Ingrid instead. Judge? That's huge, she squeals. Also, your mum's getting desperate. She's been messaging me on LinkedIn. What does she want? The usual, your address, your phone number, promises that Brooks worked through her issues with Xavier. And Xavier? Radio silence since he moved to Seattle. Brooks dating some investment banker now. I add shadows to my sketch, a new piece exploring the geometry of freedom. My studio windows face the ocean, and sometimes the light plays tricks, making everything look like broken glass. They found out about your solo show, Ingrid continues. The one in Paris next month? Your dad's telling people he always supported your creative pursuits. Funny how success changes their story. Want to hear something really funny? That community centre where you taught? They just got a massive anonymous donation for their art programme, enough to hire 3 full-time teachers. I smiled. How mysterious. You're terrible at anonymous. Speaking of terrible, how's my replacement butterfly artist doing? Brooke went with clip art for the new wedding invitations. Very practical. My phone buzzes. Mom again, probably. I let it go to voicemail. Miss them? Ingrid asks softly. I miss who I wanted them to be. I look at my current work in progress. No mirrors this time, no broken glass, just light and shadow and truth. But I don't miss who they are. Your mum's latest Facebook post says you're finding yourself through European meditation. Better than last week's artistic sabbatical to heal childhood trauma. At least she's reading psychology blogs now. Progress? I laugh and switch topics. How's Tommy? Still eating art supplies? Moved on to sculpting clay. Says he's going to be famous like Miss Reese. The cafe starts filling up with afternoon regulars. They know me here. Just another artist chasing light, not the family failure who won Europe's biggest prize. The foundation wants an answer about judging, I say. Should I do it? Can you be objective about angry art? I can be objective about truth. My phone lights up with a text from Brooke. Mum's sick. Not serious, but she's asking for you. Then Dad. Your mother needs her daughters. Then, Mum herself. Darling, just a small cold, but it's made me realize. I set my phone face down. They're playing the sick card. Classic manipulation, Ingrid confirms. What are you going to do? I look at my sketch, at the way light bends through spaces that used to be filled with other people's expectations. I'm going to judge next year's foundation prize. I'm going to teach master classes. I'm going to keep making art that scares them. And the family? They know where to find me. In galleries, in museums, in every piece that tells the truth about who they are. Speaking of truth, Ingrid pauses. Xavier's back with Brooke. Apparently, the investment banker wasn't family material. Good. They deserve each other. I sign my sketch. No more hiding behind gentle names. Every piece bears my full signature now, a declaration of existence. One more thing, Ingrid says. That article about you in Art Forum, it's gone viral. Your mum's probably already planning how to take credit. Let her. I'm done fighting for space in their story. My phone buzzes again. This time, it's Audrey. The judging panel needs an answer. Also, the Guggenheim called. I text back, yes to judging. Send the Guggenheim my gallery's number. The cafe owner brings me fresh coffee, gesturing at my sketch. Mais loose? More light? Sim, I nod. Always more light. I add final touches to the piece. No butterflies, no shells, no familiar fragments. Just open space and possibility, signed with my name in clear, unbreakable strokes. Sending Mum a postcard? Ingrid asks. No. I hold up my sketch. Sending this to the community centre instead, for Tommy, with a note that says, art is truth. Now, who's teaching kids to eat paint? Not paint, I laugh. Just light. My phone buzzes one last time. I don't check it. Whatever they're selling, forgiveness, family, false promises, I'm not buying. I've got my own light now, and it doesn't need their frame to shine.